Imagine your twin was sent to space. Did it ever occur to you that you can be older than your twin? Like, years older?
That situation is called the twin paradox. The thought of experiment is special relativity involving identical twins. Special relativity supports twin paradox, stating that time can tick faster or slower depending how you're moving.
What?
Yep.
Let's start learning special relativity with its two postulates. First, laws of physics are the same in all inertial reference frames. Same equations will apply whether on a bus or platform since there are no experiments that differentiate the reference frames. Second, the vacuum speed of light is the same for all observers 300 millimeters per second.
We know that the speed of light is constant and the speed is equal to the distance divided by time. Since speed is constant, time and the distance are subjected to change. There's a difference in elapsed time between two frames. It's called time dilation. When the length of the two observers changes as one moves relative to another, that's length contraction.
Assume you're riding a skateboard moving a light bulb vertically every second as your friend watches you while doing it. In your perspective, the light moves vertically but your friend sees light moves diagonally. It shows that the light from your friend's perspective travels longer distance than yours. Thus, your time gets lower than your friend, so that the speed of light you're both observing remains the same. That's how time dilation occurs.
For length contraction, it's hard to notice unless something could travel near the speed of light. Thus, time dilation and length contraction work together to ensure that the speed of light remains the same for all observers.
Going back to the twin paradox, how come that the twins experience time differently?
You must first know that time is relative. It depends on how fast you're moving and how much you're accelerating.
Since the space twin has the one in motion, he experienced time slower, hence, when he came back, he was younger than the Earth twin. We only knew that the moving things experience time more slowly, but from the perspective of the space twin, the one who is moving, receding, and returning is the Earth, where the Earth twin is on, so he should have been younger, not knowing who's right between. The two gave birth to the twin paradox. Suppose the twins were given identical light clocks, a clock composed of two opposed mirrors with light bouncing back and forth. Both twins measure their clock as well as the clock of their twin. Each time a light makes a round trip on their clocks, they count by one. When time was observed by the Earth twin stationary on Earth, his time ticks up and down, but as he observed his space twin in the rocket, his twin's clock wasn't just ticking up and down. Instead, he sees that it has to travel a longer distance for just one tick. Since the speed of light is constant, the space twin's clock round trip must take more time. Thus, its time must be slower on the moving rocket based on the Earth's twin's perspective. But in the perspective of the space twin, the one who's moving is the Earth in which the Earth twin is on. Therefore, in his perspective, his Earth twin must be the one experiencing a slower time. But the space twin is the one moving, and when he returns around to accelerate, special relativity no longer applies since he's no longer in an inertial reference frame. General relativity states that clocks run slower in accelerated reference frames. During the time the space twin accelerated, he'll see that the Earth twin is not accelerating as he isn't stationary on Earth. Hence, time is definitely faster on Earth than the accelerating rocket. As the Earth twin experiences a faster time, the journey he'll measure will be longer, while the journey of the space twin would be shorter since he experienced a slower time. This is the concept of length contraction.
Now I know.
During the time when the space twin is accelerating is when he became the younger twin. That's why the space twin is younger than the Earth twin as he experiences slower time and shorter journey compared to his Earth twin.
So that's how time dilation